Pro Smoke Barbecue here in Banbury, Oxfordshire in the UK. A video I've been meaning to do for a while and I keep getting asked for is the differences between the Masterbuilt 560, 800 and 1050. So I'll try and get on that now and cover sort of all the main differences. I won't go into what gravity fed technology is because you're already aware of kind of how that works, and there's some quite good videos that Masterbuilt have done. So this will just be the differences between the three models. The Masterbuilt 560 was the original unit that Masterbuilt brought out a few years ago, and that was kind of the one that started the craze and the popularity with gravity fed smokers. Now this one currently has this front shelf on it, which is an optional extra, so just need to ignore that for the minute. If you're looking at getting that one, as standard, it comes with the two warming racks, which can be positioned as half racks or positioned together as a full rack, and you can buy extras of these as well. So you can have a total of 3 cooking surfaces, and this has got, as standard out the box, 560 square inches of cooking space. And obviously 800 means 800 square inches of cooking space, and the 1050, 1050 inches of cooking space. So they go up quite substantially in size. So that first of all is the main difference between them is the size. Now, as we go on to the 800 and 1050 units, as the popularity of the 560 grew and they got more and more feature requests, that's when the 1050 came on the scene about a year later. And then I think about 6 months after that, the 800 came on the scene. These two units are completely different. They've been built from the ground up, completely different. They've got a more square look to them. Whereas the 560 legs sort of splay out. The lid on the 560 and the metal is a bit thinner, and it hinges from there, whereas the 800 and the 1050 arches right from the back there. So what that gives you is quite a lot more cooking space. As standard, you've still got the sear and smoke cast iron grills on the 800, and you've got these huge warming and cooking shelves on the 800. Same on the 1050, but obviously a lot bigger. Every single one of them comes with a single cooking probe, and what's quite nice about the 800 and the 1050 is they come with foldable stainless front shelf and a stainless side shelf as standard, which is bigger than the 560 shelf, which is just painted steel. You can see the hook detail on there. The hooks are a bit nicer. And also the 800 and 1050, on the 800 you've got an area to wrap your cords around, and the 1050 being that much bigger, you actually get a compartment at the back to store your chargers and things. So that is really the sort of the basic differences. But what they've done with the 800 is, because you haven't got the size of the 1050, they actually include a griddle plate. Now the griddle plate requires a separate manifold system to blast all the heat up at the griddle plate itself, whereas the standard manifold system is very similar to a gas one, where you've got a heat manifold in there with a solid top and then holes in the side. So the 800 comes with a big heavy griddle plate as standard, and it's really good quality. It's an excellent quality griddle plate. Gets really, really hot. Gives you lots of options where you can obviously add smoke to griddle cooking, which you couldn't normally do. We do an aftermarket griddle plate for the 1050, and I think Masterbuilt are releasing a griddle plate for the 1050. And we also do an aftermarket griddle plate for the 560, but I don't believe Masterbuilt have got one coming for that unit. So that pretty much covers them. The hoppers are slightly bigger on the 800 and 1050, but generally they're the same. And one of the other things we just thought of is the 800 and 1050 are porcelain lined on the inner here, whereas the 560 is plain steel all the way around. So that will obviously need a bit more care and attention. The vent at the back of the 560 is quite a lot bigger, but the vent at the back of the 800 and 1050 is made by the lid shutting, and they've made it quite a bit smaller. So heat retention is better on the 800 and 1050, but because they're bigger, they're going to use a little bit more fuel. So it's one of those where I don't know, without doing a side-by-side comparison on the fuel usage, quite how efficient each one will be. They're all pretty good. They don't go through fuel like a pellet smoker would, but that's because they're running on charcoal and wood. What I'll do is if I put the manual, the A4 manual on each one, you can sort of get an idea of the amount of space you get. 1050 is huge. It's like the big, those big gas range cookers that you get. A lot of space on it. I'll just grab a manual from the 560. Again, quite a bit of space. And then on the 560, you just lose that. You lose that sort of depth that you get on the other two, but still a lot of room. I mean, that's going to suit a lot of your average households at the 560. It's just if you really want that griddle plate on the 800, you would probably step up to this. And if you're cooking for a lot of people, then the 1050 is obviously the one. That is the differences. The handle is obviously different on 800, 1050 compared to the 560. But the 560 can get that additional shelf as a optional extra, which is really nice. I think that's a slightly deeper shelf. Yeah, it is slightly deeper shelf, and can hold a little bit more weight than the other two. There's other things in the pipeline that Masterbuilt have got coming out. I can't sort of disclose what they are at the moment, but they've got some really cool accessories coming for these models. We're located in Banbury, Oxfordshire, with their only platinum dealer and store in the UK. So come down. There's not a lot we don't know about these. We've been sending them for a while, and we got loads of mods. We're going to do cooking classes and loads of demos on these as well. So stay tuned for those. And yeah, we think these cook excellent. We can really get good smoke profile, really good searing. They sear excellent, all three of these models. So yeah, come down, join up to our mailing list, which is on our website, and also follow us on the social media, and we'll let you know when these events are happening, and you can come down and take a look. That's Pro Smoke Barbecue in Banbury, Oxfordshire.